Thank you, Seth. Wow, I almost got emotional. As Seth said, I'm the principal at Lincoln High. This is my second year as principal at Lincoln High, but I've been at Lincoln High for a long time. My history with campus life goes even farther back than my history with campus life is how I kind of started at Lincoln High. I started connecting with kids at Lincoln High as a volunteer through campus life when I was 19 or 20 years old, still going to Westland, and still didn't know what I was going to do when I grew up. But when I was 19 or 20 was when I really started hanging around kids and started to figure out, hey, I really like this, and so I started volunteering at campus life. I was a volunteer basketball coach at Lincoln High. I started back in 2003, 2004, and I haven't left since. I was a teacher there, assistant principal there, and now this is my second year as principal. And as Seth said, it's a very special place. It's a hard place to work, but there's no place that's more rewarding. At Lincoln High, there's a lot of demographic statistics that I could spout at you to illustrate the need that our students have. The one that probably is most real to most people is about 60. We have about 2,000 students. Next year will be about 2,300. And 65% of our students qualify for free and reduced lunch. And that's just one metric that I believe shows the needs that our students have. And what I've learned in my time at Lincoln High is that we don't have the resources and probably are never going to have the resources to be able to meet all the needs that our kids have, physically, socially, emotionally, academically, and spiritually. So as principal of that building, I know that there's a gap there that we can't meet on our own. And so it's amazing for me to be able to partner, for us to be able to partner with great organizations like Campus Life, and there are many other organizations that step in to help fill that gap, and Campus Life is one of those. I started really understanding the impact that Campus Life had on the other side when I was coaching basketball, and I had a student who was really going through some things, and he was a kid that I had really built a strong relationship with, and he was really going through some things at home. And we would talk every day after practice, and every day after practice, Chase said, "I'm going to go meet with Campus Life guy." And I knew that Chase was going to be okay because when he left Lincoln High, because he had somebody else who was going to pour into him and mentor him and work with him. Just a couple weeks ago, we had post-prom, and there was a kid who was dealing with some teenage stuff and was really struggling at post-prom. His girlfriend broke up with him, or something was not right. And I didn't have a relationship with him. I don't have a deep relationship with all 2,000 kids. But I was talking to him. I was like, we were asking him, "What do you need?" And he's like, I need to talk to Seth. And Seth just happened to be already volunteering at post-prom at 2:30 in the morning. And so it was amazing to me to be able to practically see where Campus Life stepped in, because I was able to walk into the gym and say, "Hey Seth, could you stop making tie-dye t-shirts for a second and come with me? I think I have something more important that I need your help with." And this kid didn't want to talk to anybody else because he didn't trust anybody like he trusted Seth. And because I know Seth and trust Seth and believe in what Campus Life is doing, I was okay with turning this kid over to Seth, and everything was good. I checked in with the kid the next Monday, and things were fine. But that's another practical example of the work that Campus Life does that extends beyond sometimes what we can do as a school. And so that's why I really appreciate having Campus Life in our building. One last story, and this is an even smaller thing, but I think it speaks volumes to who Seth and the staff that work at Lincoln High and the organization that Campus Life is. way back in August, we had some new administrators on our team, and you guys got me out of lunch duty, by the way, so thank you. We had some new administrators on our team, and Seth and some of his other staff were there for lunch, like Seth was talking about. And our new administrators were like, who are those people? I said, oh, they're from Campus Life, they're cool. And I was like, they've been here for a while, they build great relationships with kids, so on and so forth. They're like, okay. But what happened after that built trust with all the adults who saw what happened. Right after our first lunch, Seth and his Campus Life staff put on rubber gloves and dumped rags in hot water and helped us wipe all the tables in between lunches. And so on top of hanging out with kids and on top of doing all the stuff that they do to build a relationship with kids and pour into kids, part of the reason why Campus Life is in our building is because they've, over time, built trust and things with us that have really helped us understand that they're in it for the right reasons. And that's just another example of that. So we really appreciate guys like Seth and Campus Life being at Lincoln High to, like I said, help fill that gap that sometimes we can't meet for all 2,000 of our kids. So thank you.